Storylines in the WWE occasionally hit a little too close to home, and it is never more blatant than when superstars decide to tie the knot and join together in storyline matrimony. And what better venue than the squared circle? Well, we already know wedding rings and wrestling rings don't necessarily go hand in hand. To prove the point, here are some of the wildest wedding surprises in WWE. Coming down the aisle at number 7, we have Rusev and Lana. Rusev and Lana have had a very turbulent relationship, but once the Iron Curtain fell from the Big Russian's eyes, the two fell head over heels in love and wanted to share their joy with the WWE Universe by exchanging vows in the center of the ring. Perhaps they should have exchanged brass knuckles, because when the big dog crashed the party, he sent Rusev hurling into Lana, planting her face and smearing her wedding gown with cake. At number 6, we have Edge and Vickie Guerrero. Edge and Vickie happily made their way down to the ring reception during a 2008 episode of SmackDown. That's when Triple H showed up with a special video present for the Lovebirds. I'm guessing there was no way to return the gift, however, as the video showed the rated R superstar canoodling with Alicia Fox in the locker room. Let's just say Vickie had no problem speaking now or forever holding her peace. At number 5, it's AJ Lee and Daniel Bryan. The romance between Bryan and Lee was never smooth sailing. I mean, Bryan did lose the World Heavyweight Championship in 20 seconds because of her, but it looked like they had beaten the odds and were ready to make that big tag, becoming husband and wife in 2012. But before the duo could exchange their vows, AJ left Bryan at the altar, skipping away to her new position as the general manager of Monday Night Raw. Up next, at number 4, we have Goldust and Aksana. Unlike the other entries on this list, these two actually said their vows and came this close to returning down the aisle as Mr. and Mrs. Goldust. But when it came time to kiss the bride, the golden groom got a kisser full of open hand slap before Aksana abruptly left the ring. Coming up at number 3, we have the Lana and Lashley union. For the most part, Lana is less of a superstar and more of a romantic entanglement. Her first wedding with Rusev ended with her dropping the Big Russian and her accent, so she could marry Bobby Lashley instead. Well, I guess I'm not the only one dumb enough to think this wedding would end happily ever after, because Liv Morgan showed up to speak now and show Lana the error of her ways. But Lana wasn't having it and sent Liv to the gallows. And just as the officiant is about to pronounce Lashley and Lana husband and wife, Rusev comes popping out of the cake like the worst bachelor party ever. Looks like Lana will never get that happily ever after. At number 2, we have Edge and Lita. I'm starting to see a pattern in these participants. Before he proclaimed his everlasting love to Vickie, the rated R superstar had a far more believable relationship with Lucha Lita. The two were supposed to get hitched in a 2005 edition of Raw, but it seems the one-time vampire isn't so lucky in love. It turns out someone else could no longer hide his feelings for the lovely Lita. Kane popped up through the ring floor, chokeslammed the priest, and made his intentions to marry Lita known. And finally, at number 1, we have real-life husband and wife Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. This is one of the few instances where the happy couple don't get attacked or maimed during their procession. Instead, Triple H has a far more sensible idea, making Stephanie his D-Generation X, breaking things off with the boss's daughter moments before their wedding. In conclusion, never get married in a WWE ring. Chances are you will end up saying, "I don't." Thanks so much for watching, guys. We really appreciate you joining us for this special occasion. In fact, you would make me the happiest announcer in the whole wide world if you would do me the honor of liking this video. And by pushing that big red button, I now pronounce you subscribed to more content like this.